Right, welcome back. Film as entrepreneurship on Al-Kiblan TV. And we have been having our guest here, Mr. Uptown Prince. If you have not actually watched the first episode, he showed that as a teaser of the client. So if you have not actually watched the first episode, you need to go back in order for you to, because what we are going to talk about are basically financially. We ended by saying that, so after me investing and throwing all these things in, how do we get back the money? A businessman who is willing to invest into this, businessmen are money-minded. A guy can cough 100 million, but in his head he knows that he has to get more than that. 500 million out of it. And in the movie industry as film, that is very possible. So possible because basically when we talk about, I have heard of people actually releasing a film, and then each year the film is making money. The more it's selling, the more money it comes. So it's a business that you can actually do, and you keep earning money for years and years over one film. As we are looking for ways of, if you check the budgets of all the movies that people are shooting, let's talk about Hollywood out there and all that, there's quite a huge budget that has been released. So Mr. Uptown Prince,
yes, please.
Talking on the financial. Let's first come back to our film industry as Uganda. What do we stand on? You as a producer, director, and all these things. What have you been standing on? Have you got these finances to actually do this? Before we enter into how do you get it back?
Now I can't say that I'm fit to answer these questions, but I'm fit to answer them because I've not done it yet, but I've made a lot of research about it. You see, the reason why I made these films, it was only to go through the processes, to learn with a product or a project. You see, learning with when you're doing on a project, it's very, very good. When I was working with Mr. Donald Mugisha and Mr. Nyanzi Robert, most people call him Bob.
Bob.
Yeah, he told me. He didn't tell me, but he told me that for us here, we throw you into the pool, and then you find your way out.
You learn how to swim.
Because I went to set without knowing anything, but I went to set. I started working. So I have that mentality. I'm oriented. That's the way I'm oriented. You get from where I learned from. You get what I mean? So I wanted to learn about film business and what. So I had to get a product. Something that I can learn from. Like I learned the processes from pre-production and all those stages up to the marketing part. You get so far. What I can say is we are not stable in Uganda, and the reason why we are not stable has brought other things. For example, having bad quality films. Why? Because people fear to invest in money because they don't know how they're going to really get the money, or they're going to gamble. It's not a direct thing that you're going to do this and this and this and then get money. You get? So we are not yet there. We are at 20%. Most people are getting money from their pockets. Most people and other people are getting grants from outside. We're still beggars again. I'm sorry to say.
So our people in here have not understood basically the process on how they get back, and there's that fear of investing.
Yeah. There's that fear of investing because you see, you can invest money hoping for returns immediately, but then for film, it is not that way. So people fear to invest because they're not sure whether they're going to get the money. You cannot go and get a loan in the bank to do a film in Uganda. As like getting a loan to do a business. Film is also a business, but you want big amounts of money.
Oh, so it's like the return when you talk about getting a loan from a bank to do a business, with this business, you know that you're going to get this money, and when you start it, every day you're having something come back. You get it? But with film, it's a different.
Yeah, it should have a specific loan for itself.
Yeah.
For film, because it is for a certain period of time. For example, like 10 years, like 8 years, it'd be like, I'm going to do production for 4 years, and then I'll release it in the 5th year, and then I'll get money in the 7th year. So I'll pay you in the 9th year. Okay, so it should have a loan of its own, not just like other businesses.
So basically, what we're just trying to say is that in order for us to understand this industry very well, the banks have to actually understand us. They sit down and they know that if Uptown Prince comes for a loan and he's saying he's going to venture into film, we know all the processes these things take. Sometimes it may take like maybe 10 years for the full thing to come back.
Yeah. I've heard of what we call business startup loans, and then we have courses loans. You know, those loans for adult people that want to go back to school. Then we have student loans. Then we have those loans. So we also want a film loan. This a loan specifically for film, or even only for film. You get it?
So the laws that are applying to us are different from the laws that apply to other loans that people are getting.
The laws that apply to each sector are different. Not only film, but the laws for a student are different from the laws of a business owner, and to the laws of a person starting a business. So these are two different. These are different loans.
So basically, when you're venturing into film, we are talking of side hustle. That's why you find most of the filmmakers are in the side hustle, because they know that I'm going to venture into this. What I'm going to get out is not tomorrow. I'm not getting it out immediately. I'm not going to drink the juice immediately. But actually, I have some certain period of years to come, maybe months, to get out what I want.
Side hustles are even. You should not do side hustles. You should be in film and wait for the money. Yeah, full-time thing. Because if you cannot milk the cow before feeding the cow. So you should feed it every day. Not like I'll feed you in the morning, then afternoon. You should feed it every day. Anyway, let me first tell you how Ugandan filmmakers get money, because I made some research about it, and I got knowledge from different people who have films already. So they get money from
grants.
Grants. But then grants are not even. It's not money from the film. It's money for the film.
Okay, it's money for the film, not from
the film.
Okay.
They give you grants to go and do the film. You know. Most people get commission. Like you hear of the DSTV commission, the whatever, the UCC commission, that thing. They get commission. Then other people get money from distributors. Some people have distributors. Some people in Uganda have distributors, and that's what we want. We all want distributors, but people have distributors and they want to keep them to themselves. They want to keep the distributors for themselves.
Who are these distributors? It's a good question. Because you have said these guys have distributors, but we don't know them. We don't even see them on.
Okay. So distributors. These are the business people in film. For them, they just want the product. I can call them the middle people, the middlemen, or the agents. You done with the film? Give it to me. Let me get money. Let me buy it. I'm buying it for 5 years to distribute this film in North Carolina, or America, or where. Somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. Or I'm buying this film to distribute them on the ground in Uganda. How much? I give you this money for how long? For this period of time.
Yes. Film is entrepreneurship. It's a business.
So we have also the aeroplanes now, the airports, airline. Sorry. Even them they pay now for films, Ugandan film. You go, you get there. You agree on a certain period of time, so they can show you film in there. So they buy it for a period of time. Even on TV, they buy your rights for a certain period of time to show it. But all these figures are small figures.
Not huge figures.
Not huge figures.
So that means there's a possibility of getting. Can different media houses also own your film? Yeah,
they can buy it. They can buy your film. For example, MultiChoice. It's what I was talking about commissioning. Like MultiChoice, it can commission your film. In any ways, it gives you money to make a film for them, and they give you some money.
Oh, okay.
So your commission. So you do all the processes, and then you give them their film.
So
it's their film.
That's where now we say pitching.
Now pitching is for grants.
You pitch for grants.
You pitch for grants. You pitch that they can give you money to do a film. But still, you can pitch your film, your already made film, like you can pitch for Netflix. Anyway, now that's selling because you're done with the product. But pitching is when you have either an idea,
a storyline, and then you pitch. You want them to commission you so that you can produce the film. Managers. We're talking about music, film. Okay, the creative arts with some friend of mine on a TikTok live, and then we're asking ourselves, why aren't we crossing outside Uganda or outside East Africa, outside Africa? And why do you think? It is because we don't have what it takes to do that. The creators are doing their job, but the businessmen are not doing their job. Every person is supposed to do their job so that we cross borders. If you're a manager, do your job. If I'm a creator, I should create music. If I'm a sourcer or project sourcer, I should source. If I'm a writer, I should, So okay. It's a business that needs because if it's an artist, you need a team, or what we call a management, a team that gets you deals, a team that is markets you, like a business, like a company. But people think film is just only entertainment and passion. All right, guys. We wanted to understand the finance bit of film as entrepreneurship, and actually, I think Mr. Uptown has given us quite a good lecture on that. And for every businessman that is actually watching this podcast, it's actually very important for us to not only look at what we think is business when you are running into this and this, but also basically looking at film also. And we see how we can venture into this. And actually, because as Mr. Uptown has said, that's the same thing that has been running in my head. And he has actually given me the answer that we have people who are creative and they know how to do all these things, but we need men who understand business, who can actually now let that thing burst out into the kind of fruit that is actually needed. Like any other businessman venturing into something else, film is also a very good prospect for us to actually look into. So when we come back from for another episode, we shall actually understand deeper things and know how.
Maybe what should we do?
What should we do? What should we do? Yeah. Right, catch you in the next episode.
Yeah, okay.